Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to I,
Don't fuck with me right now.
baby, with me. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to I Can Maiden, baby, with me.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the Tripod. That's right, the podcast where about 5, 6 people tune in to hear us talk some shit, talk some nonsense. But first, I'd be remiss if I did not give credit to the podcast that started it all, the Still Real After Party podcast. Of course, the Sheriff Zanka, and Jake host the wrestling podcast, to which this is a spinoff of the Steel Real After Party podcast. They just dropped their 2 bi-monthly podcasts. Check it out on whatever podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check them out. Jake and Zanka, the Steel Real After Party podcast. Of course, the obese superfan here, Nangria, started this spin-off, to which I was lucky enough to get 2 of my tripod brothers, that's right, Julius Caesar and Styx Adam, to join me to talk shit on a weekly basis. And it's I want to brag about my Eagles, but I don't want to curse them. Unfortunately, another injury happened. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. poor Dolphins. I mean, the curse is never going to end, but it wouldn't be season of football without a couple injuries. But Caesar, any thoughts on your Dolphins? Any condolences you want to?
So you don't want to talk about your football team, but you want me to talk about mine
Hey, we got to turn their luck around. See,
and your ignorant ass. No, season's over.
We talk about them.
Season's over.
Turn their luck around.
Season's over. You need to talk to Saquon about getting his ass back on that field because he's fucking up my fantasy points. That's what you need to do. Get that nigga off that bike. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about I'm in the playoffs in fantasy and I need some Saquon. Okay. Okay, I'm blaming you, Sangria. Okay,
what?
I got some points.
What did I do?
Points. I will fly out there if Saquon don't get his ignorant ass back on that field. Okay, I got money on he gonna break the record. Okay, I need that to hit, and I need to win this fantasy.
Well, up next is the Commanders, so fingers crossed. Sticks, how you doing, buddy? Of course, we got a whole celebration. It's a celebration, bitch. Background right there. That's right. Chelsea Green, your first ever women's United States champion.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 out of 3 screens lit up with Chelsea Green here. I don't know what's up with Cesar, but I don't know if he even has one. But anyway, Sticks, how has your week been, my brother?
Not bad. It was nice to see that Philadelphia was able to get the passing game going, unlike 2 weeks ago where we literally had to mount up Saquon to get a dub. But it's nice to see that they were able to get the put a little bit more air back in the ball. Jalen Hurts has always been kind of a sporadic passer. I mean, if you go back and look at it, college, between his 2 colleges of Alabama and Oklahoma, he had his ups and his downs. But hey, we're riding the ups right now. We got to go to Washington. That's going to be a tough one. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. That team's not anything to sneeze at. They've got a lot of weapons. Their defense is really tight. So, and with their head coach being Dallas's former D coordinator, he knows how to play Philadelphia tough. So it's going to be a tough one. But 10 in a row, franchise record. Not too bad. Not too bad of a run so far.
Not too bad.
I gotta ask a question, serious question, because we know every year they just give the MVP to whatever quarterback, right? Who cares? Whatever. They should just make a best quarterback award and actually have a fucking MVP. At least basketball, we know it's LeBron James every year, but they give it to somebody else. I'm actually fine with that. If Saquon breaks the record, he's got to be the MVP, right?
Not only that, but they gave him a fucking video highlight they're going to be playing forever with that reverse jump over that dude. This guy for sure should be a lock for MVP of the year.
Are you saying that because you're a homer, or would you say that if any other running back broke the record?
No, I mean, Saquon undeniably has had a year of years, and definitely, if he doesn't get fucking MVP, he better get an honorable mention or something. Send his ass to Disney World, fully paid. Give that man a raise or some props or something if he doesn't make it, because who else?
He got a nice paycheck. Well,
Who
everybody's
else?
talking Josh Allen right now.
Ah,
That's the argument. But I mean, I think
Actually, it's funny because I saw a TikTok today. It's not. Even though they're having a great season, right? And even though Josh Allen is balling out, the only category he is leading is rushing touchdowns. Every other metric that they look at quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson has better than Josh Allen. And there's 15 categories. 15 categories. Josh Allen only has more rushing touchdowns at 6-3. Everything else, Lamar Jackson has more yards, more rushing yards, more touchdowns, less interceptions, better QBR, better passer rating, better, I said rushing yards. Yeah, everything. Better completion percentage, better everything except for rushing touchdowns.
And I think the thing that's going to hurt them was Baltimore. They lost that first game of the season against Kansas City by essentially a toe, whereas Buffalo beat them. But
What
I mean,
what does that have to do with the MVP? You're the most valuable player. You're
well,
the best.
you didn't help lead your team to the victory. That's the whole thing.
Why why should victory count if you're the most valuable player?
Well, then if that's the case, if a guy leads the NFL in passing yards, if he's just throwing the ball all over and you're still losing because your defense sucks, but yet you're still putting up 5,000 yards passing, we're looking past the point that they're going to give it to somebody that's going to be on at least a above 500 team. Like they aren't giving out an
Ravens are
MVP
above
to
500.
what's that?
Ravens are above 500.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like if you're looking head to head, like they're gonna hold it to like your team's your valuable wins.
You're okay.
Like that's what they're gonna do. But also too, um, he has like a guy who's an established number one. He's got Zay Flowers. He's got Derrick Henry,
Mhm.
who I'm pretty sure Dallas is just kicking their own asses for not signing him. I mean, that's the ultimate
Stupid.
fumble of the thing. Like you had a guy who's a bell whore, like a bell cow. And this guy is like, what's the thing they always say? Once running backs get over the age of 30,
30,
they
they're not
suck.
good anymore. Yeah.
This guy is his dream. You want to talk about fountain of youth? Derrick Henry, like it took him a little bit.
He's fucking our truth. He's the our truth of the NFL. He's only getting better
It
with
took him
age.
a little bit of time to get tread between him and Lamar. Like, how are we going to run this? Can he run out of the shotgun? Do we have to do like certain? They've got it down now. They really do. Whereas up in Buffalo, like Josh, they said Josh, well, he doesn't need a number one. Well, you found out you kind of did when they made the trade for Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And
Amari
Diggs left.
yeah, they traded Diggs away, who ended up blowing out his knee like a quarter of the way in. But it does show you need at least a number one-ish receiver. You couldn't just have a collection of at best number twos. Like they have two good tight ends. One is like a second-year guy, and Dawson Knox that a lot of people forget about.
Mhm.
But
And Andrews, who everybody forgets about until he
Saquon's got to get it. For one, he's provided the most highlights. Two, like he's seen what it's like to have a legit offensive line. Like he's never seen that in New York. Now he's like, holy shit, this is what a lot of running backs get. And he is eating. Now he already broke the Eagles single season rushing record. If he breaks
Eric
that
Dickerson's
NFL
record, what has that been, like 30 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
like
got to be the MVP. He's got to.
He's got to. Like you said,
hypothetically,
really, if you look at it quarterback wise, there's not really one that's making a lot of noise. You always get one that's always like he's already like 4,000 yards
They all
passing
are.
and like
Yeah.
50. But like we haven't had that much. It's actually been kind of a mediocre year for quarterbacks. Like you said, outside that Josh Allen gives, like I'll get some headlines, but a lot of it's because he's been using his legs more than his arm. So I mean, but anyway, he's not giving highlights like what Saquon's doing, like the reverse, like Mangria said, the reverse hurdle. This guy is hitting holes and he's doing it. Plus, he's like a dual threat. Like everybody seems to forget that this guy can catch the ball out of the backfield. Like they always, like a lot of your commentators say, if you're gonna pass it to the running back, you gotta give it to him right at the numbers. Like you can't make him reach for the ball. Saquon can reach for the ball. The guy you could motion him out into the slot to be your slot receiver. Not very many running backs you could do that with. This is the year that we're seeing the full potential of what Saquon Barkley can be and is. And it just sucks that it took
Or running backs, because look at San Francisco and Chris McCaffrey ain't played all season. What were you gonna say, Mangria?
Oh, hypothetically, if because I know you mentioned Lamar, if he gets MVP, would that make it back-to-back years
Back to back to back, bro.
Whoa.
He'd have 4 overall, I think.
I think he has. I think it'd be 3 if he won.
No, you're right. You're right. That'd be 3.
He won last year, and then I think there was a little bit of a space in between. Because I think that year where
so
he
you're
was
right. It would be back to back because he won it. Mahomes won it. He won it. Then he would win it this year, but it would be 3 in like 4 years.
So who do you want me to curse? Who do you want me to root for MVP?
I mean, curse Josh Allen because fuck the Bills.
You know, Josh Allen gets Mangria's official endorsement. This man has done miracles this season. I mean, if he doesn't win, I'll be damned. No. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. What is your thought about these fucking drones? So I watched these drones over Jersey. I thought for sure we were gonna get JH in the chat saying some nonsense about these fucking drones. What up, JH? JH, if you have any videos of these drones, send them to the chat. Give us your opinion, because I know you watch this shit. Drones, we got orb shooting drones out of the sky. What do you think? Because I got a bunch of angry conspiracy theorists at my work that are saying the drones are ours, and they know what they're doing. And Israel, he went off into a tangent about Israel, and then I stopped paying attention. But what is your opinion, Cesar? What's up with these drones and orbs and shit?
White people.
White people, and
Or is the government? Who cares, man? They all crooked. Like, nigga, who cares? It's some fucking drones in the sky. That's what niggas do. They fly drones in the sky. What? This from Durka? They controlling these shits from a hole across the Atlantic? You mean tell me a drone? These shits can't fly that fast, unless they can for some unknown shit. Okay, so you mean tell me a drone was flying 500 miles an hour and there's a nigga with 18,000 potatoes plugged into a laptop to get electricity like a 3-year-old fucking school project from Durka in a fucking cave to fly that shit? What's the battery life on these things? 85 years? Like, what they got? The fuck, you put the trash in it like Back to the Future 2, nigga, with the fucking blender shit, and it flies. What? Get the fuck out of here, man. There's some Israel, nigga. I wanted. This is the kind of ignorant shit I need to hear. How is this shit from what? So you got some niggas running from their life, and everything getting blowed up over there by now. You know, are they throwing rocks and bombs over Baghdad like Outcast on Stagonia? Track 10, nigga. It's a good track. That's a good track, nigga. And they over here, what? Like, hey, nigga. Y'all got them drones ready over in Jersey? He's like, oh, yes, my friend. Soon as they clock out on the 7-Eleven, we are going to fire up the drone. And we're going to fly it around this. We heard this cracker, JH, who lives in a trailer. We're going to, according to the online, from a big black Negro named Big Corpay. This man JH lives in a trailer. He works at night, and we're going to fly the drones, my friend. That 2 for 50. 2 for 50. I see you, motherfucker. I see you. 2 for 50. Yeah. What the fuck is this? What are you talking about? I know Israel ain't Indian and all that shit, red dot or feather. I don't give a fuck. There's only 5 people watching this shit. I'll be racist as I want to, nigga. Whatever. But come on, man. Come on. Who gives a shit? It's probably the government doing some government shit. You know they got to test it out on us, uh, and then they gonna send it over to Durka on some secret shit and then kill a nigga.
Well, Sticks, thank God you don't have TikTok because if you watch one of these videos, your algorithm will explode with
That's why I don't watch that shit.
multiple conspiracies. We have people on the right claiming that the orbs are angels. We got people on the left claiming that the drones are Trump, and then you got people. It's insane. It's insanity. I'm just sitting back.
Wait. People on the left said it's Trump.
Yes, Trump, and then Trump saying, "No, it's not me. If it was me, we would take them down with guns." And it's like, it's
Hey,
just,
Sticks, it's Trump. It's Trump.
it's insanity. I'm just sitting back and watching. I do regret watching one whole video of
That's
some
what your ass get.
in
That's what your
Jersey, just like recording with their phone, saying, "Whoa, look at this, look at it." I watched one. It was like about 45 seconds, and then I went up, cat video, went up, drones, drones, drones. I was like, "Fuck." That's what I get for looking at this shit. But
who gives a shit what's going on in Jersey?
exactly, why would
Just
the
a bunch
drones
of
to Jersey? And if by the way,
yeah.
if there's aliens and they're seeing what human life is represented, Jersey is what is representing
Yeah,
us.
man,
Fuck.
Jersey Shore, man. They want to meet the
This is
situation in
Independence
Snooki.
Day destroyed America because of what Jersey. They saw the people of Jersey. They saw JH hitting up some single moms. Who were like, that's it. We're
Yeah,
taking out the whole America.
fist pumping on a single mom while she's pissing on him later in the shower.
Jim Tan, hey, Jim Tan Laundry Boys. That's
Hey,
GTL, baby.
GTL, man, T-shirt time and GTL, and then that's what drones want to talk about. MTV's making a comeback, nigga. This MTV. MTV's trying to get y'all to watch
Oh
Jersey Shore
man.
homecoming or reunion or whatever the fuck. 20 years of these niggas just
Speaking of
being
MTV,
drunks in the streets.
what the hell happened to MTV? Remember when they used to play music videos back in what was it,
Don't get me
1980,
started. Don't get me started on
89,
fuck ass
90?
MTV.
And now I'm watching wrestling, watching Saturday Night's Main Event, watching whatever. And we got RuPaul's Drag Race commercials over and over. I'm like, what? This is on MTV? Who the fuck
Yeah.
is watching this?
And they still
Nobody's
hold the
watching.
video awards. They still hold music video awards, and they don't play music.
How do you even watch the music videos in order to have an
Well,
opinion?
Well,
you
it's on
gotta get.
YouTube. It's still on YouTube.
Well, here's the thing. If you get YouTube TV, you get like 3 channels of MTV. You get MTV, MTV2, and then one that plays just strictly videos, which I
Oh
recommend
yeah,
doing
they do play
because it's
videos
actually
all day long.
nice. Yeah, it's actually really nice because they do like a total request, like it throws you back to like total request live, like a playlist like of just the videos you would see. Yeah, it's really good. The only thing I watch on MTV is ridiculousness. And unfortunately, I do see the RuPaul Drag Race that seemed to start out on Paramount Plus and is now just sunk its tentacles into it started. I think it came back to VH1, and then which
Yeah.
MTV I think owns, and then now it's on MTV.
Shout out to Rob Deerdeck with
Yes,
ridiculous and R.I.P. to Big Black.
Ridiculousness was a favorite of our cell. When we got the remote, we got to change it to MTV. We pissed off about 50% of the fucking the cells, the people in
block.
cell block, because 50% of us wanted to watch ridiculousness, to watch people get hit in the nuts or fucking vomit or whatever, or a cat attacking somebody, and then the other 50% wanted to search for softcore porn, which, by the way, it happened once. On Valentine's Day, I'm writing a fucking letter to my wife on our anniversary because I'm locked up. Meanwhile, the idiot CO who was in charge of us was looking at his phone or something. Somebody got the remote and turned it to Skinamax. There's a lady getting railed on TV. The whole cell block was losing their minds. And I'm like, baby, I love you so much. I miss you on our anniversary. I look up, I see some nipples jumping. I'm like, oh. Here we go.
Well, hey, nothing says I love you on Valentine's Day than a chick getting railed like blacked raw.
Yeah. He ain't lying.
That
And
was
then, of course, they ruined it by going crazy. Like,
yeah, if they would have just stood quiet, they could have jerked off in peace.
you know, if they'd have stood
mind.
quiet, the CO would have looked up from his phone and been like, "The fuck is going? Why is everybody in their bunk quiet, jerking?"
And because somebody turned it to that channel, we did not get TV for the rest of the night. So no
That
no
sounds about right.
ridiculousness for your boy at 3 a.m. when I was getting poked by a fucking nurse for my insulin. Because I did get to get out 3 times a day at least to get poked by the fucking nurse who
For the
was
insulin. Yeah.
it was basically Consuelo from Family Guy.
Yeah.
But that was a hell of a tangent. I'm sorry, folks. But speaking of Saturday night's main event, gentlemen, some newsworthiness, as you can see behind me. Our girl Chelsea Green, the tripod fully endorses Chelsea Green and everything she does. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
Matt Jonah. But yeah, Chelsea Green
Facts.
became the first ever women's United States champion. Well deserved.
Well
Uh,
deserved.
Also, we saw KO and Cody go at it once again. Cody wins again with Jesse Ventura's old ass on commentating, hating all over Cody, which was funny. I like that, making him the villain. It was hilarious. And then I guess after the event went off the air, Kevin Owens package pile drives Cody Rhodes, which I'm loving. I'm loving this evil Kevin Owens. I love. I've always been a massive Kevin Owens fan.
He's better as a heel.
Um, Given the respect back to the pile driver that it deserves. Pile driving Orton taking him out. Pile driving Cody taking him out. The pile driver is back, people, and we can thank Kevin Owens for that.
What are they gonna do when Penta starts package pile driving
He's gonna be
people?
murdering people with that fucking package pile. He pile drive a motherfucker in catering. Like he's not
Yeah,
even
right.
on TV. He's pile driving
Like
people.
on the chicken. On the chicken
It's not
in
a
catering.
Canadian destroyer. It's a tequila destroyer. That
You
motherfucker
damn right,
tequila
girl.
destroying everybody. But yeah, I can't wait to see a Penta doing that shit. But your thoughts? Oh, also Triple H also got into a heated exchange with Kevin Owens on the way out. I was like, this motherfucker's his pacemaker gonna explode. He's gonna die on NBC in front of all these people in New York. But
Great TV though. Great TV.
your thoughts, Cesar, on Saturday night's main event? If you have anything else you want to bring up or comment on what I just mentioned.
I didn't watch it because I was out of town. But I kept up with the
Right, I
clips.
was going to ask you about that after this.
Yeah, I was out of town. So I did not get the chance to watch it yet. I was gonna watch it today, but flights and everything. The day gets away from me. But I did see some videos and I sent them into the chat of the Tripod Zone. Chelsea Green, I did watch her match on SmackDown Friday. Beat Bailey clean.
Yep.
Beat Bailey clean. I was like, oh, wait, hold on. I was like, hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. You winning clean? You winning clean? Okay. I said, you damn right you winning clean, girl. So I did not see the match with old Mi Chin. Who I would not have been mad if she would have won as well. Somebody fresh, somebody new. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who we gonna give as we like to do here, the big ups. You know what I'm saying? Does Mi Chin also deserve it as well?
Yes.
She's had bangers. Chelsea Green. So they've kind of been elevating each other. Mi Chin been rocking whatever shit sandwich they give her, she makes it work. You know what I'm saying? And she been out there cooking as well. So respect to you, Mi Chin, and hopefully this will be some battles we see, down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry to interrupt, but props to Michael Cole for giving us a history lesson on Chelsea and Mi Chin from TNA.
Okay.
Like he got it wrong calling it the television title, but still, he mentioned TNA, he mentioned their battles from the past. Big ups to Michael Cole as well.
Okay, well, Michael Cole be out there, man. You know his story. Didn't know my man came back. Let's go. McAfee, so I know he was cooning. Crackering. I know he was crackering. He was probably with Michael Cole skeeting all over the mic saying ignorant shit. I'm going to go back and watch it for that as well. You know what I'm saying? But the matches all look pretty good. Her Liv won clean for the first time, giving her some respect against EO. That's crazy. That's crazy. Winning clean against EO, it's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. We all know what kind of talent EO is. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, KO hitting the package power driver. I love the haters online on TikTok right now talking about Cody cheating. And then I love the Cody crybabies who are like, they bring back the promo when Cody said, nah, man, you want to hurt my friends? You want to take people out? He said, don't worry. He said, don't be mad if I cross a line to beat you. Heard Kevin Owens had a chair in the ring. There was a crossroads on chair. Then Cody slugging out, and Lil Nate with his old ass on the outside, still counting the 3. Hey! I can't be mad. We cooking again. I don't understand these niggas hating Cody's run. I think Cody's run pretty good. I think Cody's run pretty good. Okay, he's showing up.
They were hating on the EO match too, which I do not understand. I do not.
What live winning clean, or was it a bad match?
No, they said that was the worst match of the night, Liv versus EO, and I disagree strongly.
What were the 5 matches?
It was first it was Drew and Sammy.
Okay.
Then it was, Liv and EO.
Okay.
Then it was Chelsea and Michin.
Okay.
And
3-way match.
Yeah. Gunther,
Finn, and Priest.
yes.
And then Cody and KO.
Cody and KO. The triple threat match, Gunther went God mode.
I heard he went off.
Up. He fucked him up. Like well, let me get Sticks. What do you think?
I would just say this: on paper, I see where they could say that. On paper, if you look at it on paper, right? On paper, Chelsea and Michin been wrestling each other for a while. They got to have great chemistry in order to keep going. Because you notice when people don't have chemistry, they don't put them together again.
AEW.
You know? Unless you're on AEW.
The land of no chemistry.
We know Cody and Kevin been wrestling each other for I don't know how many years. They're both professional. They can have a good match. The one was for a new first world's champion. So yeah, like I said, those women were gonna show out. Liv and Io haven't touched, so you're taking the risk there. Sammy and Drew, we've seen be on the highest level and the lowest level, and no matter who they're wrestling, they seem to cook. Right. So I'm pretty much on paper. I can see why people would say that, but I don't know why they would say that after the match, because we all know Io's a real good professional. And sometimes Liv just, I don't know. Sometimes Liv can be good and Liv can be mid. So I get where they would say that, but without watching it, I'm not going to agree with it.
I wouldn't say any of the 5 matches were bad. I would say
But that can happen too. They can all cook. Yeah.
Liv and Io didn't knock my socks off, but I mean, Io Skies, she did something in this match where it looked like a bot. She did a German suplex to Liv, and she was kind of like bridging, and Liv was like tilting over. Io, I don't know if this was on the fly or if this was supposed to happen. Io, instead of making it look shitty and sloppy, she did it 2 more times. She turned it into a triple Benoit suplex city. German suplex. It was awesome. Like Io, I don't know if she improvised that, but Io Sky, Sticks.
Yeah, Sticks. Yeah, I didn't watch it, so wax poetic about all 5 matches.
What was your opinion of Saturday night's main event?
I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad they're bringing this back. I thought it was a great show. I caught the replay on the Peacock. I thought everybody bitched about it. They were like, well, it seemed like they were trying to make it a PLE. They tried to cram like 3 hours versus of content. And the 2, I thought they did a good job. I thought it flowed great. I thought the matches were good. I thought I love the references they had talked about with Chelsea and Michin. Like they talked about how it was like, I can't remember, was it 7 to 10 years to the day where they're like, it was Chelsea's like first match was against Michin / Mia Yim. I love the references. Like both these girls were released. They showed up on TNA. I believe both of them were in the first Queen of the Mountain match. Both showed up and showed out on that. And now these chicks are showing up and showing out on one of the first like mid-championship matches in WWE, and they didn't disappoint. Like I was pulling for our girl back here, Chelsea Green, but I was not going to be mad that if Michin, Mia Yim won, because we, as 3 fine gentlemen who talk about NXT, who have seen the progression, the evolution of NXT through the years, we all know what Mia Yim, Michin has done in NXT. Like this girl has cooked. Like Cesar said, you put her in any situation, she's gonna turn that thing from chicken shit to chicken salad. Like she makes it work. They also, I believe, when they had that dumpster match, I mean, I believe both these girls were in that dumpster match, and Chelsea Green wore that like a badge of honor. Like she took that and she just made it great. I thought it was good them starting off with Sammy and Drew. Like the crowd was in it. This crowd was 99.9% pro Sammy, and Drew is in his bag as just heel Drew. Like not giving zero fucks. Drew McIntyre is great. Liv EO, I think Liv, it's been the year of Liv. Like we've seen the last 2 to 4 years, they've put her in somewhat important storyline and matches, and you've seen that she's gotten better and better and better. She ate that knee from EO that we don't know if she broke her nose or not. I mean, we saw that she was bleeding. She ate that like the champ that she is, and still reigns supreme with it. EO Sky, she's the ultimate professional. Win, loss, tie, she can go out there. She's gonna do what she's gonna do. The triple threat match, I thought it was good. We're still got the rehashing the past of Drew, of Damian and Finn, but Gunther, I mean, like they said, Gunther's been like 85-90% of his main roster time has been spent as champion. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people, I know there's a lot of hate going on with this guy. His championship run hasn't been that great. This guy's a technical wrestler. This guy is a ring tactician. And also, dude, this guy, like the chops, like I think it was Finn. He chopped his fucking thigh to stop him from doing something. That is like not very many people think of that. And it stopped him dead in his tracks.
But that's why Finn Balor's so good. That's why Finn Balor's so good. He does need a championship run before he leaves WWE.
This man is a world traveler. The man that you can say is the man who came up with the Bullet Club. And this man has been the ultimate professional. That match was great. I agree with both. I agree with you guys. Heel KO, give me more of it. Inject his mind, because he can go from being that psychopathic heel to also being that cheesy heel, like that guy that was
running away from Braun Strowman.
Yeah, like this guy has like we talked about. There's levels to this, and KO knows every level. He could check the box for every level. I was thoroughly entertained of Saturday night's main event, and I'm glad they're bringing this back. So I think they're next month they're doing it in San Antonio. I'm glad they're bringing this back. This is one of the staples in like WWE, WWF history for TV shows. I wasn't mad that they brought Jesse the Body back. I would have just liked it if him and Joe Tessitore would have maybe checked in about after every other match to talk about it. Him on commentary, it wasn't terrible. You could have gone without it. Patty Mack, when he coming back, he was cooking. It makes me look forward to January for Raw on Netflix when he comes back full time. Him and Cole cooking. I thought it was a great thing. I thought it was a great show for Saturday, and I look forward to many more.
Speaking of Raw on Netflix, get ready for a massive dose of promoting it tonight when you guys watch Raw. Now,
the more deeper they get in December, the more they're gonna.
Now let's head over to TNA. They had a PLE, PPV, whatever you want to call it. It was final.
I want to say it's a super show.
Final resolution. The beer cheese match of the night, for me, was of course, all the star power. It was Joe Hendry versus Josh Alexander versus McLean versus Santana. EY was even on commentary. Everyone with their greatest hits here. Cesar 316, of course. Commentary. The commentary is good. EY added to it.
Was good.
All four of these guys could have won, and I wouldn't have been mad. Funny that Josh couldn't zip tie Santana to the guardrail. Letting him have it. Joe Hendry hits the standing ovation to Josh for the win, but they all fucking brought it. What a match! I actually wanted Santana to win, if I want to be honest.
Santana's not winning till after Genesis, but I feel like. Do y'all feel like the writing's on the wall? Like, I don't
Well,
know if he's beating Dolph. I don't know if he's beating Dolph because I don't know if they're really gonna give Joe the title to start the new year.
I have some news. I don't know if you want me to say it after or now.
Use some news on what?
Well, first give me your beer cheese, Caesar. What was your beer cheese
Oh
match?
yeah, it was this match. It was this match. This match was the best. Yeah, this match was the best match of the night. Everybody got their time to shine. It was funny how like in the beginning, all three of them were just beating up Josh to get him outside the ring. And then he was having kind of one-on-ones in the ring. And then at one point, he was beating all of them and dumping them outside of the ring. Um, in which EY was still giving him EY wasn't hating on nobody, which is really great commentary because he's like whether you like Josh Alexander or hate him, he's a professional
Yeah, he
and he
put
has
him
the
over a
most.
little.
He was putting him over. He was putting Josh over. He
Mhm.
was like, yeah, he's the most experienced man in that ring, and this is why. You see how he's doing this. You see how he's doing that. You see how I was like, God damn, EY, you cooking. Me personally, I think EY has top three music in TNA.
Yep.
And it ain't two or three. You motherfuckers. Yeah, you damn right. That man's cooking. He's got the best music in TNA. I'm sorry.
With his
Um,
Doctor Doom mask.
yeah, with the Doctor Doom mask coming out there, cooking. Giving old McLean the fucking pep talk in the back. Um, back good. They're back high on McLean again. Because he got injured during his run. He got injured during his run, right? And he has like a really short TNA championship run, and he never got back there. Or is that?
No,
That
that
wasn't
was
Sammy Callahan. Sammy Callahan only had one, right? I'm trying to think who had a short TNA heavyweight
Well,
champion.
here's the thing. Josh got injured, even for being the longest reigning.
Yeah,
He
Josh
got
got
injured,
injured.
which set up McLean and Kushida for the championship.
Uh-huh.
I don't think McLean got injured, but I think they pulled the plug on it prematurely, to be
Yeah,
quite honest.
but he got injured after that, and that's why he came back during that one match. Remember
Yeah, I
like when
believe.
Josh really was getting back, and then McLean came back because that's when we were like all commenting on it, and then he like left the Motor City Machine Guns to like go fight
Oh,
McLean.
Shelley, yeah, Alex Shelley
Yeah,
had
yeah,
that
yeah.
run. Yeah.
Yeah. That's during Alex Shelley's run. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, they pulled the plug early. So I feel like they see now that they probably shouldn't have done that. Or maybe he wasn't ready, man. Sometimes you're not ready. You know? NXT Trick Williams.
but yeah,
But
this was
I mean
great.
sometimes you're not ready. Sometimes you look good enough, but you're not ready to lead. Um but no, this was definitely the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Um
I'd be surprised if this
it's
was
weird because like remember like a couple months ago Dolph was pushing that Joe Hendry gets his rematch because of JBL, and now we're kind of just like back there, but it was something somebody said was like Joe Hendry has beaten so many people to have those title matches, and then now he's like back again. I'm like, I get it, I get it, I get it. You had to get him some losses to build him back up. Sure, I mean, I get it, and I just still don't know if this match is really gonna cook, or if they're actually gonna give Joe the title, or is Joe leaving to possibly go to NXT?
we shall see, but Sticks, I'd be really surprised if this wasn't your beer cheese match as well.
Oh yeah, I actually was kind of torn because I thought Moose and Kushida
Had a really
cooked
good
in that
match.
first match. I was like, damn. But I knew this match had the star power. And it was gonna take a lot for this match not to cook and not to be the beer cheese. And I agree with you guys. I thought this match was beer cheese. Uh, I'm gonna be very surprised if uh, Joe doesn't beat Nick. Like I think they were testing the waters. Like I think they kind of missed on him beating Nick, but also it was so early in Dolph's run as TNA champion to just yank the title off him. And like Cesar said, you need to give this guy a few losses, see how he copes with them personally, but also character wise. And then if he can follow the game plan and rebuild himself back to it, then you give it to him. I think I think Genesis is basically is just made for him. Like it's the commercials you see for it. It's the beginning of it's the beginning. It's the new year. It's gonna be the new year. Joe Hendry. I mean, I haven't heard anything on his contract. I know they're not going to give anything to Josh because his contract's up in February.
That was the news. I got a lot of news about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So there's
I think
that.
Joe's is up pretty soon because I keep seeing it. Well, it's just on websites. I haven't looked for it myself, but
I don't. I mean, it's so hard anymore to figure out what's fake news, what's real. Like I know a lot of TNA Impact guys had options that allowed the company to kick in, like Josh's. Like he could have been a free agent last year, but TNA picked it up, so that basically delayed it. But all in all, I mean, I thought that was the beer cheese match. Like I said, Kushida, Moose cooked. I thought that was like honorable mention. We can't not talk about the King of TNA making Jonathan Gresham looking like he didn't know. As much as I know, there was a lot of hate on that because I thought Jonathan Gresham didn't look like he knew how to wrestle, but also it's the fucking King of TNA. This guy has been in the ring for so long, but also this guy pulled double duty. He main evented the pre-show, and then he came out in the main event and showed fuckface Tom Hannafin how to fucking commentate. So this guy rolled out and was fucking commentating. You talked about EY doing good, and EY did. EY was down the middle talking about commentary, but sometimes you need that guy like the King of TNA, Frankie Kazarian, to come out and just fucking hate on everybody, which is what he did and what he does very well. So, and now also we had another big surprise kind of a controversial return.
ain't no
Are
kind
you
of.
gonna talk about the whole night? I thought.
Ain't no kind of. You have to admit it, Mangria. Like, yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
we're gonna do this, and because the next one is the worst moment of the night, and mine, the worst moment of the night for me, it was funny at first, but then it got out of hand. Was the fan that slapped Eddie?
Yeah.
That was stupid. That dude. I hope, and Bully Ray commented if he would have did that at an ECW show, guess what would
He
have
got
happened?
fucked up.
He would have been. I don't think he would have walked out of that fucking arena.
He got fucked up.
But yeah, that dude. I bet you if because every time something happens with a fan, and like when I see Jay come down from the crowd and he's doing the heat, I'm like, please nobody, please stay away from him. And then Saturday
Yeah,
night
but see,
main
you can
event-
only do that as a
hold
face.
on, hold on. Saturday night's main event. When they were walking to the ring, there was super tight. Did you notice that? How tight the aisle was?
But see, I liked it. I like that
They could
because
have
it gives
grabbed
you that.
Chelsea's
It's
titty.
a
Like,
big. It's Saturday night's main event was like a big thing, but it gave you that like. It gave you that card of like it'd be something that like all three of us would pay like $50 $50 a ticket for. It gave you that type of environment, and we kind of missed that. It was like that house show environment for a big time event that was on TV, and I missed that. But like you said, yeah, the fans are like right there, like they're on top of them, and we always kind of worry that something
yeah.
like what happened Friday night is going to happen. But like fans like us, we would relish Eddie Edwards is talking shit to us. Like we would sit there and we would love
I
it.
talk shit back.
And we know first off, we know you don't touch the talent. You don't. But you're good. But that doesn't stop the verbal warfare between us and them. That's the one thing that you would love to have.
The fans' defense was like, well, he hit the soda out of my hand first. So, I was justified. But I mean,
they were going to give him a free soda.
Yeah, exactly. But I like you guys said, if we were in the front row, I'd have my hands behind my back, or I'd be going like this. Come on, hit me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a funny altercation. You get involved, you'll be on camera. But to slap
him, if I had a beer, I would drink it in his face. I would drink the beer in his face. Like, hit the beer, hit me, hit the beer.
You know it wasn't hard, but he slapped him in the face, and then Eddie responded, and that's when the refs came. They're like, get this guy out. For me, it kind of brings me back to what happened in Las Vegas. Remember the shooting out of the Mandalay Bay thing where the dude he started killing everyone?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Now they're gonna ruin Vegas. All the rules are gonna be super strict. It's not gonna be fun anymore. Thankfully, that didn't happen.
Of
But
course.
to bring it back to wrestling, when he did that, now I'm thinking, oh shit, I hope they don't like make the fans get back because you've seen the New Japan where like how the fans are like way far away from the rails. Like I hope
Yeah.
they change the rules and be like, all right, because of this happened, now we gotta have a 10-foot buffer because fans could hit somebody. That's what my main thought was. He slapped Eddie. Shit, they're gonna change the rules because it only takes one person to ruin
To
it for
fuck it up for everybody
I
else.
have all the faith in our Lord, but I have zero faith in humanity. And
But New
other than
Japan
that,
is
I
a
have no
different
thoughts
style.
on the subject.
New Japan has a different style because they lower the lights and the people don't like cheer during the matches as well either. Like it's a whole different respect thing in New Japan. The country itself has a whole different area. We America, so them niggas don't care. But no, I agree with you. I agree with you. That's the horrible thing about it. Like you got to be able if you're gonna sit there and drink, you can't fuck with the people. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get fucked up. But it's different. Look at John Moxley, right? Whether heel or face, he walks through that fucking crowd. They don't try to hit him. They don't try to touch him. You know what I'm saying? If he's standing up on a chair, everybody's cheering him. He throws a water bottle. Yeah, faces. Mike Santana walks through the crowd every single time. I think you have to know when you're a heel, you got to walk, down the ramp. Yeah, if they put it close, people are still going to try to reach your hand out to dap you up as a heel because we're all fans. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's still real to us, but it ain't. Nigga, it ain't
Well,
jail real.
well, we saw it on Friday
I'm
with
not I'm not
Chelsea.
trying to hit. First of all,
With,
I'm
with
not
our
trying to
girl, with
hit.
our
I'm
girl
not trying to hit no
Chelsea.
motherfucker who works out for a living the other 5 days a week because my fat drunk ass is at a show and I may boo you. I actually like heels. I cheer more heels than I do faces. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I like people who are more heels than faces. But I ain't hitting your dumb ass in the fucking ramp. I'm gonna help you up. You fall on me, I'm gonna help you up. No, sir, Mr. Kevin Owens. Don't pack the power driver me. Get your fat ass up off me and hit Cody Rhodes. Hit that nigga twice. You want me to hold Cody? I'll hold Cody. Like if I can be part of the bit, I'd be part of the bit. I mean, hey Cody, I'm just doing this for the bit. Let me get a free T-shirt, some of that weekly vodka, nigga. Let me get on the bus. Oh, I love it when you drunk at a presser, nigga. Hit him, Kevin Owens. Hit him twice. You know what I'm saying? When the camera's closed, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not really holding, and I'm holding him loose. Like if it's loud, I'm holding him like this. Even though he 8 times stronger than me, I'm holding that nigga like he a dainty
Like
fucking
Forcefield.
dog. Yeah, porcelain dog. Cody, I'm not holding you back, nigga. Let me get a free T-shirt, and meet Brandy and the dog, and let me get on the bus. With R-Truth. I want to hear more stories about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm whispering that shit in his ear. Hopefully the camera ain't around. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be all here fucked up. Y'all niggas work out professionally. Y'all niggas wrestle each other and slam each other and jump off buildings and shit through tables, and you do that continuously. Your body probably has a higher pain tolerance than I have. Yeah, I may be drunk, but I'm not trying to get fucked up, and that's fucked up physically. So that nigga's dumb. You want to be dumb because the camera's on you, and you think you can slap a wrestler and he's not gonna do nothing? You're the dumbest nigga on the planet.
He should have went with his best friend because you know what his best friend would have did? Held him back. No, man, no, man.
No,
You
not
need
me. I'd have hit him.
a best friend, a girlfriend, somebody to be like, no, 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 man, leave him alone, leave him alone.
Man, Greer, I don't care if me and you are at the thing. You slap Eddie Edwards, I'm slapping you. Okay? I'm slapping you in your face.
No, I'm saying when he hit the drink out of his hand
Yeah.
and he was like squaring up, I would have been like, no, man, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
I'd have been like this. Man, Greer, you slap Eddie Edwards, I'm slapping the shit out of you. I'm with Eddie
You
Edwards.
hold me down for him.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like,
I'm gonna grab you first. Yeah, hit that nigga, Eddie. No, really hit him. He need to learn.
Yeah, he
He
slaps
needs
the
to
Diet
learn.
Coke. He slaps the fucking Diet Coke out of Mangria's hand, and you see Mangria go 0 to 100. And Caesar's like, "Motherfucker, it's a Diet Coke.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
$1 a can.
You
I'll go
silly
buy you
bitch.
one.
Yeah.
This intermission. What the fuck we doing here? It's not a fucking.
I'm gonna just
It's not a $7 Bud Light, motherfucker. It's $1 aluminum can. I'll buy you 2.
I'm punching Mangria and knocking him out in the seat so he sleep. And then I'm like, oh, you got
Yeah,
it, Eddie?
yeah, he's gonna knock out
Go
Caesar.
get Jeff Hardy.
He's gonna knock out
Go get Jeff
Mangria.
Hardy.
He's gonna knock out Mangria, and he's like, "Trust the system, bitch."
Yeah. Give me a shirt. Give me that shirt.
6, what was your worst moment of the night?
Oh yeah, it was definitely that. I mean, if you're as three gentlemen that have watched wrestling forever, one we know, one we pay for the fucking ticket, so we're not going to do anything stupid to get us the fuck kicked out of the show. But two, if we're allowed to, like, you get like your 5 seconds of TV time. Like, if he wouldn't have hit him, the back and forth would have got you 5 seconds of TV time on a TNA Plus
Would have been dope.
pay-per-view. Like, this shit, like, this is something that people's got to pay $7.99, $8 for to watch this. This isn't anything on Access TV that you got to try to steal because Access TV isn't on fucking anything that you can get that's like outside the fucking United States. Like, you have to, like, this is something that's like, it's one of the kind of semi-major things. And if you're as a fan of wrestling, this is something that you want. Like, as all a fan of wrestling, if we spend the couple $100 to get a ringside seat, we're hoping we're going to get that. Like Cesar said, they're coming down. If you get that ramp seat, you're going to stick your hand out, one, to dap them, but two, just to even touch them. I was getting ready to say Chelsea Green, when she came down that ramp on Saturday, people were touching her. She's like, ew. Like, she's trying to go sideways through all that stuff. I mean, we live for that stuff. The wrestlers love that stuff. Like, they'll dap up anybody or anything. The
Not
faces
Gunther.
do.
Not Gunther.
Yeah. The ring general does not dap up anybody.
Oh, no, the ring general, wrong. But majority of the time, like, you're going to get a dap here and there. But as smart wrestling fans ourselves, we know that if we're going to buy a ringside seat, we're going to look forward to that interaction to either a face or a heel. But we also know we ain't going to do anything stupid to have us lose that fucking seat that we paid our hard-earned cash for. It's like, that is stupid. That's something that you don't do. You just need to take it in. Like, you need to take that in because, one, it's going to be on the tapes that you can show your friends hundreds of thousands of times, that you can show if you're lucky enough, your grandkids, your great-great-grandkids, all that stuff when you're trying to get them into professional wrestling, like, to watch it. And to go and do something stupid like that. One, Eddie Edwards reacted the proper way. Two, TNA, they could have been a little bit faster on the ball with that stuff, but they weren't terrible at getting people there. Like, we had 2 officials that showed up. People started swarming over there. You saw people coming from the backside that escorted that guy, that dumbass, out of the arena. You just don't do that. As a wrestling fan, when you buy your ticket, you know what you're in for, especially if you get a ringside seat. One, they're going to throw the wrestler into the guardrail or to the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's going to come at you. If you spill your beer, guess what? If you didn't think that was going to happen, it's going to happen. We saw it happen during that show. The guardrail flipped in that fatal 4-way.
And Santana fixed it, but it did flip. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and Mike Santana was nice enough to help bring that fucker back up. Like, that shit's going to happen. You see that shit numerous times on TNA, on AEW programming. Like, you see this stuff all the time. So as a wrestling fan, you've got to know that if you got the ringside seat, numerous things are going to happen, and you just got to go with the show. Like, you got to go with the flow. Don't be an idiot, because if you're going to, you're just essentially just going to piss away your money that you paid for that. And then what can you do? You're going to be bitter about it? Oh, well, Eddie Edwards was yelling at me, so I felt like knee slap. No, motherfucker. It's part of the show. It is part of the show that you paid for. You're not a wrestling fan if you don't think that's going to happen. Like, all of us would take it that if we could have a verbal interaction with KO, like, if he's doing something and we're like, hey, that's stupid, man, and he starts going back and forth with you, we all know we're not laying hands on him because WWE security would be on that shit.
There's security already there watching you, dumbass.
Yeah, like, they're going to be faster than the fucking Secret Service is going to be.
Unless you're Bret Hart.
Yeah, well, that's Bret Hart.
That nigga.
But Cesar, what was your worst moment of Final Resolution?
No, yeah, I said this. The fan shit is the stupidest shit ever, bro.
Wow, that's the two subjects we're all simpatico on. I'm sure.
No, man, you don't slap a wrestler, bro. Like, that's the quickest way to get fucked up. Just don't do it. It's dumb as shit. Yeah, you know what? Waste your $7 beer. You know what? I'd spend a $7 beer. I would buy two $7 beers and sit across from the hard cam, hoping Jay Uso brought his stupid ass out, and I could pass him one while he's walking down the stairs next to me. That's worth the $7 beer. He gonna take a sip. I'll be like, no, that's yours, Jay Uso. I got this one here.
By the way, if you can afford front row seats, why is your bitch ass furious over a beer slap?
Over a beer. First of all,
What's wrong with
yeah,
you? You
I
have your
mean,
front row. What the fuck?
yeah, what was that guy really? Like two, three rows back? Like, come on, son. Yeah, like you're retarded. You're retarded. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm fucking nincompoop. You're retarded as shit. Okay. You don't, you're there to watch a show. You're not part of the show. I don't care how much you love the show, how much you want to watch the show. You're not part of the show. You're
Well,
there
we're
to
also
enjoy the show.
missing it too. Like TNA does numerous TV tapings after that, like a show like that. So not only did you do that for just that show,
Yeah.
you might have missed another fucking show because your
Yeah.
dumbass decided to lay a fucking hand on Eddie Edwards. So you lost probably.
Well, according to Access, they recorded the next two shows.
Damn, I
So
got
you
missed
fucked
out big
yourself.
time.
Yeah, they recorded the next. I I kind of read half the thing, but they recorded the next two shows with that pay per view. So that guy was a fucking idiot. Because I definitely would have paid easily $150, $200 to be that close to watch 3-4 hours of wrestling. With Impact, yeah, I get the pay per view, I get the next Impact, and then I get the next Impact live in that yeah. If they shot the pay-per-view first, he's an idiot. If they shot the impacts first, okay, I get it. Maybe that's why he was drunk, because he'd been there for 3 hours drinking. But if they shot the pay-per-view first, yeah, that guy's an idiot because he just missed out on like 2 hours of content. So that whole ticket is wasted.
Exactly.
Stupid as shit.
I think Styx had already mentioned his honorable mention, but mine
Yeah.
actually was the women, Masha versus Tasha.
It was good. It was
shocked.
good.
I was pleasantly surprised. This is the
It
best
was good.
Tasha match I've seen. This is the best Masha match I've seen. These women fucking brought it. It was for the Knockouts Championship. Masha Slamovich. Santino comes out and bans Alicia from the building, bans his
Promo
sister
code.
for the ring, and fucking carries Alicia out. That was funny. Tasha about murders Masha, suplexing her on the ring steps, hits a cutter to Masha on the entrance ramp. Masha is such a fucking gladiator. Now that's a face that can take a punch.
Yeah.
Masha retains with a pile driver on the entrance ramp. Honorable mention goes to the ladies from yours truly. But Sticks, what was your honorable mention again?
Kushida Moose, man. I thought that was a hell of an opener.
You know what? Let me go ahead and just read those notes because you're correct. It's for the X Division Championship. Moose, defending
Moose.
champion. Moose was about to pick up an easy countout win after a powerbomb to the apron, but he shot himself in the foot with that one. Kushida targets the arm of Moose. I love how aggressive Kushida shows up to pay-per-views. He's like a madman focusing on the arm, attacks, counters, submissions. However, it only took one spear to take out Kushida. Moose
As it should.
retained Cesar. What did you
As it
think of
should.
the match?
No, this match was really great. Yeah, Kushida's always so targeted in a match, and then, he pulls off some crazy shit. But he my man. He my man 50 grand when he come out there with the bow. With he gotta stop that time, baby. Come out there with that Marty McFly look. I ain't never mad at it. Yo, Kushida's a wrestler, man. I don't know how you can hate on this guy, man. No matter what he's doing, what ring he's in, whatever he's doing, he's cooking. He's always cooking, like big or tall. And you see, this is why Moose. This is why Moose is such a great wrestler because, yeah, he 6'5", 280, 2% body fat, super nigga, super slave ass nigga whose parents picked 18 acres of cotton in one day or some shit. His great grandparents before Harriet Tubman showed up. Yeah, nigga, like that's Moose. And what does he do? He sells perfectly for this average Asian man who comes out there not even speaking a goddamn English but cooks like this. And they have a great match. This is what I'm saying. This is why it's when you're a big guy, yes, you got to have the power game on right. You got to keep everybody safe. You got to do that. But when you can also sell to a strong, smaller guy, a guy who's got like Kushida tenure in the game. I get it when it's a young guy, right? It's a new guy. You're like, yeah, no, I got to prove it. I'm the power game, and I got to teach this rookie, but I'm gonna give him a little bit. When he hits a big move, I'll give him a little bit. But a guy like Kushida, Moose was selling great for it, and he's selling the arm. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, the one spear, you're respecting the big guy because he's fighting a little guy. The one spear, he doesn't need to take two or three. And he gets the pin and he goes over. Fucking phenomenal match, man. This was a phenomenal match.
Moose and Oba are two of the bigger guys
Yep, there we
that
go. There we
sell
go.
for smaller guys that
Smaller guys,
make
yeah.
matches, which is also what elevates their stock in the company themselves. Like these two guys are putting that work in that not very many, like your casual wrestling fans don't see, but people like us who watch numerous promotions, numerous hours of wrestling content that we see. Okay, so we see this. This guy is selling, like with Moose, he's selling the arm. He's selling us. Oba Femi has done that with a lot of smaller guys. This is what helps elevate them. They might take an L, but that L doesn't come without internal stock that rises them up in storylines and match wise.
Yeah, so great.
Overall, a great pay-per-view final resolution. I enjoyed it.
I would like to just say my honorable mention though.
I'm sorry. Fuck.
You're fine. You're fine. I knew you were gonna do this, you drunk. You not drunk because it's been over a year. So your brain turned to mush. Congratulations though. Over a year sober though. Congratulations to you, sir. Committing to something. Just like you committed to that nice lady who is your wife, and you committed to that too, sir. You are a better man than me or Sticks. I really liked how my boy Ace Austin hit the 1-2-3 to win the match. He hit the ultimate finesse and then came over with the fold. I like the way the crowd was into it when Trent Seven hit the 7-star leg. So once again, I don't like it when people kick out of finishers, but he hit the 7-star lariat and then he hit a pile driver, in which WWE is bringing pile drivers back, and he kicked out in one. That's what I kind of like though. He didn't take 3. He kicked out at 1 from the double finisher. I kind of respect that. Not just take the move and no sell it, but kick out in 1. So like you're just super pissed off. And then you felt it when the crowd was like, he kicked out in 1. Oh, you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. Then my man called out the 1-2-3. He hit the ultimate finesse. Then he hit the fold and wearing the bandana, got the pin. That's storytelling.
That was the heart tugger one, because we knew
that's the storytelling.
He's out here fighting for his boy, the ultimate finesser. Like we've seen that, and we knew he had the sole focus for this was he was going to do it. And him hitting the 1-2 sweet, one man doing a 1-man 1-2 sweet was just like you said. See, it was a chef's kiss. Like there's only a select few times when you need to kick out of like you talked about with the 7-star lariat and the pile driver. There's only a select few times. This is one of them. When your opponent has a sole focus, like he got screwed in that match. Like he got low blowed, he got pinned, but he's out here.
Well, see, he did the shit I liked, because when he first got that shit near the ropes, he put the foot on the ropes. And what did English say? Yeah, he put the foot on the ropes. He doesn't have the power to kick out. Like, see, that's just like I like the foot on the ropes for the finisher. I like the foot on the ropes because you can't power it out, but you're just like, it shows you're down. It shows you're down.
Picture. The announcers did a great job of this. They're talking like Ace Austin is putting that work in wrestling, but then he's spending his free time with his boy, his tag team partner, Chris Bay. Like he's there bedside, helping him rehabbing, all that stuff. So he's got a sole focus. He's trying to keep the ABC relevant. He's doing these matches, but he's also helping his boy get back to 100% so they can come back and they can wreck shop in that tag team division.
If I may, I don't like him, but I gotta give Trent Seven his flowers for healing it up at the beginning of the match, tearing and rubbing it on his balls. I was like,
balls, yeah.
shit.
Trent 7, heel Trent 7
It's
is
great.
something to look forward to.
But
Like,
you know what
I
that
think
comes
he could
with?
play this really well.
You know what that comes with? Experience. Because he was like, ultimate finesse. Oh, where Chris Bader saving now? Oh, you down and out, boy. Yo, he was healing it up. He was healing it up. And I was like,
Great job.
I like this shit.
Yeah.
I like this shit. Yeah, when see, this is the thing that the older guys, this is the thing that the younger guys I think aren't getting from the older guys. Like Randy Orton always says, it's the little things in the ring. Because Ace went for that ultimate finesse earlier and he got blocked. And then where's Chris Bay to bail you out? Huh? What he doing now? Love that shit. Love that shit. And then he hit him with the 1-2 sweep. Dude,
Nice.
yeah, the end of that match, I can't say the whole match was all right. It was all right. It was a good match. It wasn't a bad match. But the ending of it, from where he took those two finishers, he kicked out, he came back, and then he was setting it up again. He took a burning hammer on the fucking ring apron.
Yep.
Fucking ate that shit. But like the second half of that match, the build towards the finish was just two professional guys cooking in the ring. Like you couldn't have had a better. Yeah, fucking when he kicked out at one, I was like, holy fuck. I was like, one? You kicking out at one? Then the crowd, you fucked up. And Trish Seven like, damn, did I really fuck up? Did I really fuck up? Why's he kicking out at one? No, I should have been like 2 7/8. Nah, bro, that shit was so good. Yeah, second half of that match, perfection. If they could have had more perfection in the first half of that match, it might have swooned me. It might have got me for the beer cheese. I just think they started too slow to where they ended up cooking, which is good as well. You don't want to start fast and then end fast, but I think they started like too slow. Didn't just pick up, But once that like Birmingham hammer on the outside, then the match like kind of took off. Felt just a little slow to me, but other than that, man, that match was really good. It was really good.
And the news that I had, like Sticks had mentioned, contracts are coming up, and I have a list. These are the lists. Of course, don't take this isn't a guarantee. This is just a list I found online. People whose contracts are coming up and possibly leaving. We already know Mike Bailey's gone. Rhino, Jordan Grace, Jay Chung, who's Josh Alexander's wife.
Okay.
Trent Seven.
Wow.
Well.
So he signed a short one.
Kushida and AJ Francis. These are a lot of talents whose contracts are coming up. I don't know if they're gonna just let them go and then bring in like Sticks had mentioned, the bitch everyone hates and calls her racist. What's her name?
Tessa Blanchard.
She's coming in. I don't know if they have more people coming in, but a lot of people possibly.
Well, hey, at least we know they re-signed the Hardys, so they got that going for them.
I will say Tessa Blanchard is mentioned within the next 2 weeks, so she's probably gonna be, and she has a match. She doesn't have a match this Thursday, but next Thursday. Kevin Owens hasn't re-signed his contract yet.
They better not fucking let him go.
It's up in 2025.
They better not let him go.
I don't know when.
I'm gonna say this. I would be very highly surprised if KO doesn't get re-signed, let alone if he doesn't re-sign with WWE.
This is what I'm saying.
Give him this much TV time and a main event on Saturday night's main. There was no way they would invest this much and be like, "All right, peace." And
but he's had like 6 or 7 world title defenses in the last 3 years, and he hasn't won. But I really want to say because he hasn't re-signed his contract. I think if he'd have re-signed his contract, I don't know if they would have done it. I don't know if they'd have pulled Cody this early, because I can't see who's winning the Rumble.
It's all excitement that's coming up, but yeah, hopefully KO does resign. But on to the entertainment portion. Speak No Evil, I had brought up last week. Sticks had mentioned he was going to watch 2 movies, The Crow and Speak No Evil.
Wait, which Crow?
The newest released one.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that one.
I did. I watched it. So Sticks, what were your thoughts on Speak No Evil?
I thought it was good. James McAvoy, I think this guy is like him playing this role and then him playing like the role he had in Split, I
Mhm.
think this is great for him. He plays this very well. I was thoroughly entertained with this movie. Like you and I generally try to read a little bit into a movie before just to kind of get a mind frame. I didn't do that. I jumped right into it. I thought it was a good movie. James McAvoy knocked it out of the park again. Um, I think he's one of the up and comers. I like the way how they kind of string you along. Then you find out the plot twist with it, and then like the more that you find into it, the more you get into it, the more you start seeing all this stuff. So I thought I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was there's some movies I'd say that are only a one time watch. I'd watch this maybe another time or two.
Caesar, did you watch it?
I watched it for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Thoughts?
I'll give you the real thoughts because I know I. So, did you not know this was a remake?
Yeah, I knew. The
Six?
original one is Dutch. It was a couple years ago. They remade it fast.
Yeah, they remade it real fast.
Yeah.
So, Sticks, you didn't know this was a remake?
No, I didn't. See, I didn't read into it. Like I said, after I watched it, kind of
Yeah.
like with the remake of The Crow, to find some pretense history of
Mhm.
all this stuff.
Okay.
Then I
Okay.
found out it was a remake.
Yeah, the Dutch one has a different ending.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. All right. All right. I'm gonna give you my real view of this fucking movie and why I
Sure.
didn't finish it.
I got thoughts too, but go for
I
it.
didn't finish it. I read the finish online. Uh, to me, this movie was boring for 58 minutes. I will say James McAvoy, yes, Sticks, I agree with you. James McAvoy was the only entertaining part of this movie. And for me, he didn't have enough screen time. And because when I saw it, I was like, all right, it's 150 minutes. Okay, cool.
Where
Cool,
did you
cool.
leave off? What was the last scene you watched?
Like probably right when the twist happened. It was when they were trying to leave and say old girl had her period
Oh, okay.
after old boy showed her the basement.
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
you stopped it at the most exciting part.
Yeah, all right, fine. When all the killing was about to happen, okay, fine. When they were about to fight, sure, sure. But yeah, that's how boring. Like, the not the James McAvoy, but the good couple. These niggas was born as shit. All right, they were co-parenting. That shit was a loveless marriage. They were only there for the daughter. The fact that two white Americans are living
No,
in
they were
London.
only there because they needed the excitement. Like they wanted to try to do something different.
Nah, wait, hold on. Let me cook here. Let me cook here. Two white people living in London who both didn't have a job. Let's really be. That's only some white people shit. That's not believable. Take your bitch ass back to America, okay? You got a severance to live in London. That means you could have lived in Detroit for 20 years as a fucking king, as a king. Nigga, you can live across. Ain't no private schools in London, so that little girl had to be going to a fucking private school. Okay, how does this bitch have trauma at 12 where she can't leave a fucking bunny? Okay, okay, she can't leave the fucking bunny, and then the mom has an app on her phone saying "just breathe," and it's a fucking. Then when I found out that bitch cheated, oh, this nigga's a cuck. This nigga's a
She didn't
cuck.
cheat. She just got a dick pic on her phone,
No,
supposedly.
nigga, no, nigga. Emotional cheating is cheating to these bitches. These bitches can have work husbands and shit, and they don't consider that cheating. But if I have a bitch I talk to at work about our relationship, that's emotional cheating, Sticks. That's emotional cheating. Ask your
This
girl.
man is 100,000%.
Ask your girl. Ask your girl saying, yo, you stocking, all right, you working hard, right? It's midnight shift, it's Thanksgiving, and let's say you and your girl had a little argument, the cat being sick, you got to take the recommendation from Mangria. She don't know Mangria like that, but you trust Mangria. And you talking to the girl in the freezer that you stalked, that you hitting the shit with. And then like you let it slip one night. I was talking to Sarah at work. Who the fuck is Sarah? What you mean? Who the fuck is Sarah? Sarah's who I work with. Like I work with her like 6 nights a week. She goes, "You talking about us?" Well, I just happened to mention how like I know Mangria. I've talked to him for like 4 years on the internet, like every Monday. Like he has cats, and we have cats. And I was just saying, but you don't trust Mangria's recommendation. And she's like, "So you talked to Sarah about us in a private conversation we had. No, I mean, I was just getting it off my chest. Like we were stocking turkeys. It's Thanksgiving. We were both mad because it's 18 pallets of turkey and we got to get like 2 hours to get it done. And it's just us. So we in the like cooler, it's 28 degrees. We mad because we huddled up and then she's like, you trying to fuck this bitch? You see, that's where the conversation goes. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on. This was a loveless marriage.
Yep.
Okay? This was a loveless marriage. They should have known when that kid didn't speak. Kids don't shut the fuck up. Okay? Don't be like, he's got a smaller tongue. He got a smaller tongue? He got a smaller tongue. That's what your excuse is? He got small. First of all, this nigga James McAvoy was a dick from beginning, and that's what made him funny to me. Like when he said this chair taken and he just dragged it all the way across, I was like, oh, he's a dick. I was like, oh, he's definitely the bad guy. That was 2 seconds in, right? 2 seconds. I was like, yeah, this nigga's goated. And then he asked the Danish nigga about folding toilet paper. I was like, yeah, he's a dick. He's the bad guy. I was like, okay, how is he gonna twist this? That's why I was intrigued. I hated the wife, the good wife or whatever. This bitch was an enabler. Okay, they were going to lunch and he lost the butt. Now get it. Now, granted, the husband.
She was a fucking vegan. She was a fucking vegan.
Yeah, and the husband, he's a dick too. He's a dick too. And she was like,
no, he's a fucking cuck. Is what the fuck he is. He's a fucking cuck.
Look, he's a cuck. He's a cuck, but he's also a dick because like they lost the bunny. All right, they lost the bunny. Cool. She was like, I think I left it in church. He lost the bunny. He's like, oh, why is he spazzing about this bitch and her bunny? Just go find the fucking bunny, yo. Your child is spazzing. Go find the fucking bunny. Like, what man, if your daughter, right? Like, I understand your son loses some shit. You'd be like, being a faggot little nigga, you better get over that fucking bunny. You know what I'm saying? But your daughter, like the daughter, come on.
No,
son.
if it's your son,
Come on,
you
son.
know your son's gonna show up on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah,
like 20 years down the fucking road.
I got friends now that I would do Bad Boys, Mike Lowry, pull the gun on that nigga at the door, picking them up from the date, like chitty chitty bang bang, nigga. Why is you here?
You ever make love
can
to
you
a man?
fight? Can you fight? Yeah. You ever made love to a man? Won't do.
So see,
I will push your shit.
I really want you to finish the movie because I'm about to.
This was too much white people. No. Like I said, I read the script online. I know what happens. Okay, they're really fucked up people. Now the twist was I didn't expect that restaurant nigga to be the accomplice, and I was like, oh shit. Maybe I should rewatch this. Maybe I should watch the last 50 minutes. But I kind of was watching it like at 8, and I knew we had to be here at 10. And I had my phone like playing like Raw. So I was halfway paying attention. And about like 9:15, I just stopped the movie, switched to Raw, and then just read the kind of ending. And yeah, that nigga James McAvoy was on some shit. Because, he threw that nigga in the lake knowing they couldn't let him drown. Nigga. I was like, yo, I was rooting for James McAvoy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was rooting for James McAvoy this whole fucking movie.
Well, it looks like they got away with that shit for years. Did you see the storeroom with
the fucking So the storeroom
families were there.
The little kid only got interesting once he was trying to help them figure it out. Because I was really like, nah, what they do to this little nigga? Because he ain't smiling, he ain't doing shit. I was like, what they do to this nigga? And once they got to the house and he was like twerking shit. First of all, this is other white people shit. You don't meet people for 3 days on vacation and then go to their house in the fucking mountains with no cell service.
Exactly.
That's some white people shit. That's soon as they were like in the car going there and it was dark and he was like, are we lost? And she's like, I ain't seen no word thing.
In a fucking Tesla.
In a Tesla.
Tesla.
Nah, you can't get lost in no Tessie. You can't get lost in no. That's another thing, nigga. You got a Tessie in London with you and your wife having no job and
a severance package. A fucking severance package.
And the bitch was playing lacrosse, so I know she goes to a good school. I know she goes. And she was only 12, 13, and she playing lacrosse.
After this movie was done, me and my wife watched it. We were yelling the whole time. The first person I thought of when this movie ended was like, Cesar has to watch this because these are the dumbest white people that have ever lived. I told my wife, I was like, you know why this would never happen to us? Because if we ever went to Italy and someone wanted to eat dinner with us, I'd be like, no, sorry, I'm on vacation with my wife. I'm gonna spend time with her. End credits. That would be the
Credits.
end of the movie. It
Credits.
would be 10
Credits.
minutes long.
Yeah,
Credits.
but come on, we may agree. We've watched you and me alone. Not Caesar, there's nothing against you,
No,
but
no.
we've watched enough horror flicks to know that there are white couples that if you would cut this shit off right then and there, the rest of this movie wouldn't happen. But guess what happens? They entertain it, and then we have an hour and a half later, like the wife is fucking so beat up, she's about ready to lose a limb. The husband had to fucking man up, fucking make sure he still had his nut sack attached to fucking help kill this person. They had their kid had forgot something so stupid because they're so traumatized. It's like, no. If you cut this shit off at like 5 minutes in the movie, we would have to go through the other hour and 45 minutes of shit.
You know what's crazy too?
It
You
was
know what's
long.
crazy too? When they did the jump into the river with the kids and the dads, and the evil bitch took her shit off, there was literally like a fist print on
Yeah.
her ribs.
What did she say? She said, she goes, "Are you okay? What happened?" And I forgot
Yeah.
what she said. What the
Said
excuse?
something trivial. Like, yo, you know this nigga's evil, bro. He's been evil from the jump. Look, it's fine when you're in the villa having lunch and dinner with these people, but the bitch said it in the first 5 minutes when they got back home when it was raining. She's like, yeah, let's go visit people in the mountains that we just met for 5 minutes. That's the only smart thing that bitch said. I hated that bitch the rest of the movie. Okay, I hated that nice
Both,
lady.
both wives, you put their chests together, it's a negative A cup. No
Yeah,
breasts
bro.
between both of these bitches. No
Bro, none
tummies
of
in
them.
this movie.
None of them. And that one bitch cheated emotionally. Fuck that bitch. At least the evil bitch, and plus she was a redhead, so I knew she was evil. That's a ride or die. She was ride or die.
Well, the
Okay.
upsetting twist was that she was a child bride. Like he had her
Yeah.
ever since she was a kid, which is
Kid. And he was gonna treat that other young bitch like that.
she was next.
That's
Yeah, the daughter was
fucking
next.
crazy. Yeah, like James McAvoy was the best part of this fucking movie because he's so dope as
Yes.
an actor. I was waiting for him to come on the screen. Every time it was those other people, and then they had that loud ass argument in that thin ass house. Had that loud ass argument, bro. And I was like, you cuck ass nigga. No wonder you a bitch. You's a bitch. And no wonder you're so spiteful about that child. Because it's no, I was like, damn nigga, why can't you just man up? See, I thought he was manning up when McAvoy took him into the mountains and they was yelling. I was like, oh, that's some primal shit. I was like, yeah, McAvoy playing the mind games. He Randy Orton. I was like, McAvoy, Randy Orton. He playing the mind games. He
James
he, he getting that
McAvoy
nigga on his side.
James McAvoy is one of the most underrated actors we have in Hollywood right now because he smashes every performance.
Every
Professor
fucking. I don't think he's underrated,
Split.
bro.
Um, what was
I
the
don't
one
think he's
with
underrated.
Angelina Jolie where he fucking shot the bullet and it
Wanted, wanted.
like every fucking movie this guy's in,
Professor X,
he nails it. He
young
nails
Professor
it.
X.
Professor X, every fucking role he nails it. Split was the peak of his career. That was amazing. And
Yo,
this one is
Split was fucking
it was
dope.
yeah.
Even the movie where they all met up.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, Mr. Glass or Glass.
yeah. No, it was Mr. Glass.
Yeah,
Where they all kind of met up again.
that was good.
Uh, fucking yo, phenomenal acting. And but the play those characters, and then so I when I see a movie and I'm watching and shit. So I got on the IMDb. He didn't watch the original when he did this movie
Oh,
just
McAvoy.
because he didn't want it to influence his character. And they said like once they wrapped and they were like, all right, this is a wrap. And after like, voice recalls and shit like that, he said that's when he watched it. He watched it 24 hours before the premiere or
Mhm.
something. And he said he was impressed on the role that the guy took who
Yeah.
wrote the original, and how he played the character. But yeah, only reason I was really watching that movie and pushing it through is because I knew we were going to talk about it. And honestly, I'd have stopped that movie 20 minutes in because I was like, I hate all these characters except for James McAvoy. Like,
So
I'm just watching for James. Like, I
the
was literally
dad
watching for James.
Sticks, the dad, the only thing he did the only manning up this guy did, because he failed even when they were trying to kill
Kill the people. Yeah.
the chef guy who was in on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He failed to kill him. The wife had to do it. The only good thing the dad did was when he leapt off the roof
To get
and
the
broke
ladder.
his leg.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I pointed out to my wife, why did he jump off the ladder? He could have just jumped to the lower side.
There was a lower side of the roof.
The roof. There was a lower level. He could have just jumped down and then he wouldn't have broke his fucking leg.
Leg.
Guy was the dumbest fuck. These are the stupidest white people I've ever
No.
seen in a
Think about
movie
it,
in my
Sangria.
life.
He pulled the edge. Edge could have just climbed down that fucking cage, but he jumped off in the middle of that fucking ring.
Now he's injured for the next year and a half. He won't be in another movie. No, but yeah,
No, you know what I did like. You know what I did like that I read and that I do have to watch was when they beat up James McAvoy and he was like, and everybody else was dead,
I called
and
it.
then the kid,
Part.
and then
Yep.
the kid grabbed the brick
Yep.
and like
I called
yelled, and he had to smile because remember he's all about like letting out your manhood and shit, and the kid was
Yeah. He
boy.
smiled, looked at the kid, and said, "That's my boy."
Yep. So I called that when they were all getting ready to leave and James McAvoy was on the floor. I was like, they're gonna give the kid the shotgun to kill him, because the dad's a pussy. But the
Yeah.
dad, I guess he let the boy just took out all his anger, beat him in the face with the brick. Was like, it would have been cool to see him shoot him in the face, but I think the shotgun would have he would have flew like 10 feet if he
Yeah,
would.
definitely would have flew. Yeah, he didn't have the strength to hold
But
it.
I was like, watch, the kid's gonna get to kill him, and the kid did kill him. That
Because
was
yeah, they killed his family and his dad, and obviously like
yeah.
he should be the one to end it.
He earned it. He earned
Yeah,
that kill.
he earned that kill. But James McAvoy was proud of him for letting that fucking that rage out and shit. And but yeah, that wife was fucking horrible. She was an enabler. She was. I get it. You could be schizo about people you just met, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. But she was just like, "Oh, I had a bad dream." That nigga thought he was gonna get some pussy back with his wife after she'd been cheating, and then she's like, "I want to sleep with you guys." That little twin ass bed, and three people got to sleep in that shit with a damn kid. And then and that nigga is such a dick. Can we leave the light on? No. Click. Damn, nigga, you hate this child.
So
Why do you hate this child?
when they caught the kid sleeping in the bed, and they're like, that's it, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, we got to roll.
And they were leaving, and she said, my bunny, my bunny. As the dad, I'll be like, bitch, we're in the middle of nowhere. We are not going back for your fucking. I know she'll probably end up a stripper because I traumatized her for that, but like, no,
Yeah.
fuck that. That's enough.
She
I've
could
had
end
enough.
up
We're going
she could
home.
end up a stripper with you going back to get the fucking bunny.
Exactly. Or dead, which was almost
Yeah,
happened.
I would definitely would have been like, yo, I just fucking Uber Eats or DoorDashed you another bunny to the crib. It's gonna be there before we get there.
They
Like
should have
we
left.
got to go.
They should have left when he was freaking out at his son for not dancing correctly. There was
Yeah, there were so many moments. First of all,
multiple times where I would have
first of
said,
all,
fuck it, I'm out of here.
they should have known how James McAvoy was so fucking manipulative. First of all, that vegan bitch ate that meat. She did that proves you right there she would have cheated. That proves you right there. He's like, this is a prize goose that we put in these blood orange.
Technically, if she spit, she didn't swallow.
Whatever. She put it in her mouth. She put it in her mouth. That's all
I
I'm
bet
saying.
she did. You
I
know,
bet she did. You know what I'm saying, blokes?
Loki.
You know what I'm saying, blokes? Yeah, blokes know what I'm talking about. All she gotta do is put this meat in her mouth, which she did. You know what I'm saying? And the bitch said it was the prize goose. I'd have been like, you would suck another man's dick, wouldn't you, you dirty bitch? You dirty bitch. You would cheat on me if that man was manipulative as that cracker. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. James McAvoy was on that bullshit at the house. Talking about parents fuck you up and shit. I'm not saying parents don't fuck people up, but the way he was speaking about everything, I was just like,
Why
y'all gotta
didn't
know
he
this
put the
nigga's
car
evil.
fire out? When his car caught on fire, why didn't he just put it out? Why did because they knew they have water hoses. You can
Water hoses, they have water.
It would have not been an issue. Anyway,
The whole shit, bro. The whole
Speak
shit
No Evil
was wild.
got an 83 by the critics and it got an 84 by the people. I think that's too high. I think that's way
If I would have saw it in the theater, yeah, like I wouldn't have left. I would have just thought it was boring until the end. It felt almost M. Night Shyamalan to me. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? That you had to have the twist to like be, but like James McAvoy, the only saving grace was James McAvoy. Like I
James
hated
McAvoy.
everybody else in
Yeah.
the fucking film.
So I rate movies like we rate pretzel matches. I just for James McAvoy alone would have given this a 7 out of 10. That's it. 80, way too high. But Sticks, if you had to give this a pretzel rating for Speak No Evil, what would you give it?
I would have gave a 7 too, just for Jay McAvoy itself. I mean, this guy in the last what 5 to 7 years, his career trajectory has just gone upward and beyond. Like
I
this
will
movie,
watch.
the him
I watch any
and
movie
him.
with James McAvoy. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
him
watch any movie.
him carrying this movie showed you the ability that this guy has. Like I said, like I'd watch this again, and would it be just for background noise? Yeah, but I would pay attention to the James McAvoy portions of this movie because of the psychology, the psychology that he has in this movie of just of him as his character.
I like how they played that Bengal song. That song's ruined forever now. Caesar, 1 out of 10 pretzel. I know you haven't finished it, but from what you've seen, what would you rate it?
Yeah, it's like a 6. It's not horrible. It's just that it's just that leading up to it, like there should have been more of a fight to leave.
Yes.
Like there should have been more of a fight to leave, and it shouldn't have been from the person that you hate the most in the movie. But you know, kind of thinking about it, right? Like it shouldn't have came from Dude Man, because Dude Man was resonating with James McAvoy, and James McAvoy is the mastermind of this whole thing. So he should, which he did. He fell for like a lot of his shit. But like James McAvoy was a dick the whole way. So obviously it's easy to see he's
You just reminded me of something. You
what like
remember, you remember when they were gonna leave and almost left again, but for a second time? The bunny, it's up on the roof. Can you get the bunny? Get the ladder. Bitch, again with the bunny? Fuck your bunny. Let's get the fuck out.
Wait, hey, I think
The
us
Rickety
guys,
ladder.
the three of us, I think with our childhoods, if that was any one of our parents, they would have said, "Fuck that shit. We'll either buy you a new one, or you're old enough that this shit, you're too old
if
for this shit.
I was
We're
a
done.
fat
We're
kid.
fucking done."
no,
I'm still fat. I was a fat kid. They would have just took me to McDonald's and I would have forgot about it.
no. My mother would have shot them niggas if she walked in and I'm sleep in the bed with those people. My mother would have shot both them niggas with their own rifle and then would have calmly woke me up, cooked eggs and bacon in that house, and be like, "All right, we're gonna pack up. They're sleeping in today, baby. We're gonna pack up. Uh, I don't know where your fucking bunny is. I'll buy you a new one." And I'd be like, "Oh, bunny, I'm eating eggs and waffles while there's two
She
dead
probably
niggas
looked at you and
upstairs."
said, "A fucking bunny? A fucking bunny is your
She'd have punched me in the
emotional
face.
fucking animal thing?"
She'd have punched me in the face about a fucking bunny. She'd have punched me in the face and bought me a new one.
Well, let's
After
go.
they almost got hit by that truck over that fucking bunny, I'd have
Man.
been like, yo, you can spaz in the back. I'm stopping at a CVS, the closest one, and get you an asthma capsule and another fucking bunny because I ain't turning around. I'm not
Get her a
turning
support dog.
around.
Get her an emotional support dog. That's better than a fucking
Yeah,
stuffed
I'm not
bunny.
fucking turning around. You were in a bed with two strangers. I'm not turning around. I'm not turning around.
She might have been
That's-
disappointed if you weren't dicking down the wife.
Exactly. Actually, I think my mother would have like drove home and then like drove back at midnight and burned that whole complex down with fucking like 18 quarts of gasoline, and then just been like, I hope them niggas burned to death, and then drove home like it was nothing.
Well, Cesar, I think you have 20 minutes left of the movie if you want to check it out and tell us.
Yeah, I know it's gearing up for the big fight scene because they literally just learned, like they read through
Yeah.
the bitch took the pictures of the picture book
Uh-huh.
and showed the father and the mother, and I think the evil people are like catching on. That's where I left off.
It's all been leading up to that point. So
Yeah.
everything after that
That
is
was literally, so I saw that point at like 9:40, and I was just like, this is probably like the action part of the movie. All right, I can skip this. I'll read it online. But I was
You'll
like, the rest of the movie, I was just like, y'all niggas need to do something. Like when they turned around for the bunny, I almost turned the shit off. I was like, fuck this white people
That
movie.
was
This
the
is white
beginning of
people
me
shit.
yelling. Like I was for real. I was like a black man in a theater. I was
Yeah.
screaming at the fucking TV
No,
screen.
that part where he turned around, I was like, this is the part Mangria said I should probably watch this fucking movie too.
Yes.
And he was like, I would fucking have a 20-minute rant about this fucking movie because this Nick, I was like, why did these niggas not leave? I was like, why did you go? A fucking postcard, nigga? A postcard with directions. I'm not going. If I can't map quest this shit, I'm not going. If this
Dumbest
shit is
white
off the grid,
people,
I'm not going.
dumbest white people on the planet. Hey Sticks, what kind of tea is hard to drink? Reality. That's right. The reality of the Crow remake. That was a stupid joke from the chick in the movie. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a piss on that. I'm gonna take a piss on that.
So the Crow. I'll let you go first and then I will give you my thoughts. However, let me tell you that the Crow got a 22 from the critics and the people surprisingly gave it a 63. But go ahead, Sticks. I have thoughts. There was a good part of the movie, but I will let you talk first.
I want to preface this as a man who has watched the original with Brandon Lee numerous times. There's no way you're going to ever hold a candle to it. Um, with that being said, there's a lot of background history to this. It seems like this movie it took a while to get done between numerous differences of producers and directors, lead actors. We just talked about Jay McAvoy. Now, I don't know how much of this is true, but just checking out Wikipedia. The lead actor, Bill Skarsgård, supposed to be his brother, was going to be the lead actor. They went to then it was Mark Wahlberg was attached to it. Then Bradley Cooper was attached to
Nice.
it. Then supposed to be James McAvoy was attached to it. And then they had old Billy Skarsgård. This movie, yeah, it was a one time only. I'm glad that a friend from work allowed me to borrow the DVD. Otherwise, I probably would have wasted the $6 to rent it because I was legit thinking about renting this. Glad I didn't. This movie, I just can't get behind it. Like the guy died twice. Um,
What? I thought you didn't die as a crow.
well, the first time he's brought back because he was brought back for true love. And then he found a cell phone that had some video on it that the woman that he loved
Cheating.
killed another person. So he questioned his love for this woman, which in fact affected his abilities to be superhuman. And he died again. Well, then he barters with somebody, which looks like somebody that I would either see on the streets or somebody that Mangria might work with on his
Some dirty
multiple days
Mexican?
of the week.
It was Timu
He
Morpheus.
barters his life for hers, which in turn gets him back to be able to go full scorched earth retribution on people. Which Mangria, I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie 30 Days of Night with Josh Hartnett?
Yes.
The main bad guy. Did you not recognize him from 30? Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, and he was also in American Horror Story.
He's also in Yellowstone, the series that has Kevin Costner in it. Yes, my girlfriend watches that.
Wait.
Yeah,
Have y'all guys watched Landman with Billy Bob Thornton?
I heard good things, but I haven't
I
seen
heard that shit is better than Yellowstone. It's same guy who created Yellowstone is doing Landman, but it's about oil rigging in Texas. I heard it's better than Yellowstone. Anyway, maybe something new to watch. I haven't watched it yet either. But anyway, go ahead, Sticks. I digress.
but I will give this 3 out of 10. Like I will. I hit it and I quit it. Like I'm not going to go back and watch this.
Okay, so this was a remake, The Crow from 2024, starring Darby Allin as the Crow. Yeah, ridiculous tattoos, face paint, very ridiculous. Sticks might have said the most ridiculous part already, so I will say the best part of the movie.
Okay.
I agree. I will give it a 3 only for this scene. The sequence in the opera where he fucked everybody up. He murdered at least 20 security guards. It was brutal. It was gruesome. He got shot like 48 times, didn't die, of course. But the way he killed these guys with the sword was pretty brutal. And that was the most entertaining part of this movie. But yeah, he kept whenever he died, he got transported to some like purgatory or something with Timu Morpheus there telling him what he's supposed to do. It was like a subway station. He's like, "Look, you got true love, so that's why you're here. Now you need to make everything right. You gotta kill everybody who made it wrong." And then he kicks him into a puddle and he's back on Earth. It's really fucking ridiculous. Of course, we'll never hold a candle to the Brandon Lee role, but yeah, The Crow. I was expecting the worst. Like I didn't even think I was gonna say anything good about it. But the opera scene is the only thing worth mentioning. Everything else was fucking melodramatic. That he had no chemistry with the female lead. They're supposed to be in love. They broke a Caesar. These honkies, well, she was black. These people broke out of a mental asylum, never got caught. They cut off their ankle bracelets, jumped out the window, and escaped. They never found them. The police never found these two.
Just never went looking for him.
Nope. And these two, they weren't keeping like on the down low, like, oh, here comes a cop. No, these fuckers were out partying. They were all over town. She mysteriously had a fancy apartment that they were able to stay in the same town where the fucking mental hospital
Mental
was.
hospital is. Yeah, not even far.
Not even, no, I don't even know. They didn't have their faces on the news. Like, how did people not recognize, hey, those are the fucking lunatics who escaped the loony bin? Get them. Nope. They were able to walk around, no disguises. That was ridiculous. But yes, you are correct, Sticks. 3 out of 10. I know Cesar will never watch this, and you do not have to watch this. I will speak briefly on the other 2 movies that I watched. Carry On with with Taron Egerton. He's one of my favorite actors. He was in Eddie the Eagle. He was
Is that the one? Is that the one on Netflix?
he was in Kingsman. He's one of my favorite
Yeah.
actors.
That guy's good.
It just came out on Friday, Netflix. It was
What's
great.
it called?
The only reason why I found this movie is because it was advertised during Saturday Night's Main Event. I was like, oh shit, the cast was incredible. I
Is this a
highly
movie where he
recommend
works in the airport and he's got to let a bag through or something?
Jason Bateman is in this movie. Theo Rossi. He's slowly becoming one of my favorite actors. He was the one we were talking about last week. He was the guy in Luke Cage and the Penguin. He was banging Sophia. He's in this movie as well. He did a great job of being a bad guy. I highly recommend this movie. It's getting a 86 from the critics, a confusing 60 from the people. Maybe Caesar would probably have more he could understand why the people gave it a 60. I'm in line with the critics. I would give this an 8. It was very entertaining. It was very
What's it
clever.
called?
It's called Carry On.
Oh, the one where he's in the airport.
Correct. Taron Egerton. He's a great actor. He's
Yeah.
short. I compared him to PETA from Hunger Games. Like they're cool actors, but they're too short to ever become like The Rock. So, but he's a good actor. So I
You
highly
realize
recommend.
Tom Cruise is short, right?
Of course, he's short. He's about as tall as Rey Mysterio. But
Yeah.
I don't like Tom Cruise. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, but he's like probably a top actor like The Rock.
That's white people shit. But I highly recommend you guys.
Is he not white? Is the guy we're talking about not white?
He does.
highly
He does
recommend-
his own stunts. This motherfucker's hanging off an airplane like thousands and thousands of feet off the fucking ground.
Hold for editing. I highly recommend Carry On. It's a great Netflix movie. I also watched something horrific because my buddies texted me on Tuesday, "Hey, you want to go to the movies?" Sure. What are we watching? Werewolves. I'm like, huh? Never heard of this. We'll pay your way. All right, I'll go. So I went. Sadly, I missed the first hour of NXT for this flaming pile of garbage. By the way, in order to watch the full NXT, I can't DVR it because for some reason Sling doesn't let you DVR local channels, network channels.
The
I
fuck?
can't watch the first hour. I went on Hulu to try and see if I could watch it. You have to pay $80 for the live TV package.
Jesus,
Not gonna do that.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I learned my lesson. Never gonna do this again. Werewolves, I can sum it up very briefly. It's the purge, but everybody's a werewolf.
So what the fuck is the point?
Exactly. The
The
guy,
the fucking title told you what was gonna happen, man, Gria. Come on.
Did
yeah,
it?
I was aware of that, but I didn't know that the twist was everybody was a werewolf. Anyway, the lead actor was the lead actor from The Purge. He also produced and directed this stupid pile of
Of
shit as well.
course. Of course.
It's horrible. I would give this a 2. Yeah, The Crow was better than this one. So that should tell you something. Avoid at all costs. I gave it a
Wasn't
2.
James McAvoy in the Purge?
I doubt it. But the only reason why it gets a 2 is because I did like the premise that everybody it's kind of like The Walking Dead, how everybody's infected.
Mm-hmm.
A werewolf, everybody was a werewolf. And that was a little clever. So I gave it 2 points just for that. Some of the kills are kind of cool. It should have been a sci-fi movie. They should have never put this in the theaters. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how much coke they did when they thought of this or who they sucked off to get this a theatrical release, but highly regret it. But moving on,
Sorry, it was Ethan Hawke, who also another good actor I like.
we will briefly go over AEW notes because I did watch everything. I watched Dynamite and Collision.
Jesus Christ.
Rampage does not exist to me. Um, but I do know that our girl Tony Storm has now reverted back to Booty Storm
Yeah.
and has returned. And again, the most interesting thing on AEW is Tony Storm because she's doing this. Now she has amnesia. Now she doesn't remember anything. She's like, Tony Storm is all elite. And she's introducing herself to
Mm-hmm.
fucking Thunder Rosa and Tony Schiavone.
Yo,
That
Thunder Rosa cooked during that match, during the main event.
That, by the way, Thunder Rosa, the best part of what she did this past week was when she was in the fucking crowd with the signs. When Tony Storm came out, she had the
That's
what
literally
the
what I
fuck?
said. That's literally what I
What the fuck? That was funny. That other than that, I could care less about what else happened on AEW. If you guys
You
want,
didn't like the Cesaro Will Ospreay match?
is that what you're gonna talk about?
I was going to talk about it. It's a pretty good
Talk
match.
about it.
No, well, Will Ospreay, a dumbass Continental Classic bullshit. Wait, hold on. What else happened on A Trash W?
I don't wanna take too long on this because we've been
Yeah.
going on.
Well, Sasha Banks is still calling herself the CEO, and uh, every wrestling Twitter account says she should change that before she gets shot. But it's just up to her, man. I mean, I wouldn't call myself the CEO or say that shit. The nigga shot one. I don't know. Anna Jay still in title matches, so we know Anna Jay's not winning no fucking title, man. Why is she just getting beat up by champ? Whatever. Okay.
We're gonna talk about Will Ospreay versus Claudio.
I'm leading into it. Will Ospreay versus Cesaro was a really good match. I hated that. No, you know what? I got to talk about shit I hate because we haven't talked about shit we hated in this podcast in a while, and I don't know why Ricochet was fighting this thick neck cracker with no knees. I don't know how he got away.
The
Whatever.
fucking
Ricochet.
promo this guy cut
There we go.
backstage with Renee. She couldn't look. She
Wait.
looked like she
I
was
got a funny
dying.
story. I got a funny story about this. Because I was watching the whole show when I was in Kentucky, with my friends partying. And before we went out that day, I was watching. It was Sunday morning. It was Saturday morning. We were watching ATW. I was watching with my boy who lives down here because we flew out there to go out there. And Ricochet comes in with the suit, talking to Renee and the MVP card, everything. And then it goes to commercial, and my boy goes, "Can that black guy actually wrestle?" Because that was probably the worst thing I've seen on this show so far. And I laughed so hard. I said, yeah, this nigga shouldn't talk. And he goes, well, does he have a this is the best part. He goes, and he's a cracker, but he's my boy. I've known this nigga like 20 years of my life. He goes, well, does he have a nigga that will talk for him? I said, you see that bullshit MVP card? And he goes, yeah, that's a nigga who could talk for him. He goes, well, why wasn't he there? And I was like, brother, this is the shit I gotta explain. He goes, on your podcast Monday. He goes, yep. I was like, yep, this is the shit I gotta explain to the people on the podcast Monday. Because I don't know why this nigga's allowed to talk, and I don't know why he's not with the nigga who could talk for him. And he could just shut the fuck up and wrestle. Like old Shelty Benjamin or super nigga Booby Lashley. But no, old light skinned Ricochet got to fake Drake it and talk the shit that nobody wants to hear. But anyway, Claudio Castagnoli had a great match against old Beer Cheese Ospreay. And they were cooking in that ring. The crowd was hot. I think it was a bullshit pin too, right? It was like a roll up.
It was like a jackknife. I think it was like a jackknife.
Bullshit. Why they gonna do Claudio like this? Why would they do Claudio? Claudio was undefeated in that league. You know, finally Claudio getting some traction. You know, we were probably gonna see Claudio and what's that nigga who has the belt? Whatever.
Okada.
Yeah, that nigga. Rainmaker. Oh man, that shit. Oh.
The fucking match he had
good.
on Saturday, this guy's still fucking just
Rainmaker's so good.
Throw.
Rainmaker's so good. But we could have had like Claudio and Rainmaker, but no. They want to put Kyle Fletcher on the other side, and he's like undefeated and suck a nigga dick or something. But yeah, Will Ospreay versus Claudio. Will Ospreay don't need his title. Will Ospreay don't even need any wins right now. He lost to Kyle Fletcher. He don't need no big wins. Y'all got Claudio. Get that nigga a big win. You know what I'm saying? Now they tied. It's gonna be some bull shit. Just on points alone, it's gonna be some bullshit. But was the match good? Hell yeah, the match was good. Everybody got their shit in. You know what I'm saying? They both took off the fucking shit for hidden blades and uppercuts. You know that they both dodged. Well, he didn't dodge the like in the air uppercut, but he dodged that Gotch neutralizer like 2-3 times. Didn't they get a haircut or something? Like his hair seemed shorter. Yeah. But still, it was probably match of the night. Like no other match was better than this. Fuck Ricochet and his shitty ass promo, and then like him trying to be funny when he's getting beat up by that thick neck cracker with no leaves. Like he's in the chair hurt. He's like, leave me alone, and then getting beat up by that thick neck cracker, like throwing his whole body against him, but then still pulls out the win with that. And then he gonna call it the spirit gun. He gonna steal Keith Lee shit about having anime finisher moves, and then gonna hit that cracker twice with some shitty ass clothesline. This is a thick neck cracker with no knees. How a clothesline gonna hurt him? He ain't got no neck. You just hitting that nigga in the chest. You know what? I'm not gonna get mad. I should get mad. I should make Sangria say the thing, but I ain't gonna get mad. I would just like to say Will Ospreay and Cesaro, because Cesaro is so good and he's wasted over there. He was performing like he should.
I like the fake Drake it. That might be the title of the episode.
Man, no fake Drake Ricochet ass nigga. Fuck that nigga.
I believe Mordos was the MVP of that Okada match. I don't like Okada at all. I think he's overrated. But anyway, what did you think of? Do you have any highlight of All Elite garbage from this past week?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Beast Mordos was on TV numerous times this week and well deserved. I like Okada just the playing the heel like he does. Him doing the rain, teasing the Rainmaker, and then flipping everybody off. I like. I thought. I don't mind with them pushing Kyle Fletcher. I thought him and Jay Briscoe had a pretty decently good match on Saturday. Him losing to Jay Briscoe, I thought you should have just went ahead and had him go ahead and punch him his ticket to World's End, because then you could have had the if he had any matches from here and then there out. He could have lost knowing that he already had his ticket punched. But, I mean, I think they're gonna have. I think what's gonna end up happening is that they're gonna have him jump out to the lead, and he's gonna fumble in the ball on it. I'll say I thought my boy Jay White and Orange Cassidy, oddly enough, had some pretty good tag team chemistry until Hangman came in and fucked the matchup and ended up getting them DQ'd. So now we're gonna get that fatal four way, which of course we are. It's gonna make Moxley the schizophrenic genius that he is. It's gonna make him do that. End up winning. Mina Shirakawa, she's back in the U.S. She faced Mariah. It wasn't a bad match. Mariah picked up the dub, and like you said, that's where we got the re-debuting of Tony Storm. ATW. I mean, I didn't watch Friday. I think the headline for Friday was going to be Matt Cardona versus
Andy Keith.
Yeah, the Bad Apple. I think they were going to have that be the main event, which, I mean, they're throwing it out there because they want to get Ring of Honor, maybe a TV contract outside of having to have people jump on the internet to watch that shit. But ATW, I mean, they're building shit. I'll say this: Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly wasn't a bad match. I thought that wasn't a bad match at all. That was the precursor to Adam Cole to face MJF for the Dynamite Diamond Ring at a World's End. So they're building shit. They're in the phases of building shit, but I mean, it's ATW, so you shouldn't have high hopes for a lot of things.
So we spent all of last week's podcast on NXT. So I will briefly mention on this week's podcast, the most interesting thing from what I saw the last hour was the brilliant heel turn of Eddie Thorpe. I am a known hater of Eddie Thorpe, mostly because I'm jealous of his body count roster he's got going. But and then he's leaning into his fucking Native American shit, which is played out. But now that he's turning heel and the shady shit he did to get that title match, now I'm interested. Now I'm like, okay, let's see what this guy can do as a heel. Because usually when people turn heel, I'd say about 9 times out of 10 when someone turns heel, okay, they're interesting. This will be good for them. There's always that exception to the rule, though. But yeah, my highlight of NXT this past week, from what I saw, was the brilliance of Eddie Thorpe turning heel, which of course wasn't his idea. But I'm just saying, from what I saw. Sticks, what did you like about NXT this past week?
What was his idea?
Oh, we can't think that it is. I mean, this guy Moon Knight isn't this great. He doesn't play chess while others play checkers. This guy's playing fucking
Connect
Candy
4.
Crush while everybody else is playing fucking.
Nah, apparently that nigga playing 3D chess while y'all crackers is playing chess.
I want to say this. Going into next week, we're going to get Axiom and the Nathan Frazier rule of one night wrestling 2 matches. And I think Axiom's going to hit it out of the park. Like, I think he's going to be the back and forth that those both had, and then they ended up booking like kind of what Nathan Frazier had one night. The only difference is I think Axiom is going to come out looking like $1 million. Like, this guy's going to come out looking good. Now, I mean, he's going to face Obafemi, but I mean,
So
I
he's
think
not
he can
going
hold
to
his,
win. So how can you say he's going to be $1 million? He's not going to beat Obafemi.
because he's not going to come out with a broken nose and fucking busted ribs. Like, he's going to take the L, but I still think when it comes time for the tag team match, I think he's going to end up treading more water than I think Nathan Frazier did in the tag team match.
Well, he does wear a mask, so you wouldn't see him with a broken nose.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to probably show up in a body cast.
You never know. It's Obafemi. You never know.
And even if he did, I think he'd still probably show out more than what Frazier did in that tag match.
Yeah.
These
What's
are
going
your
Yeah.
NXT thought of the week, please.
This is where Sean Spears messed up. I get it. He's going after certain people,
Mhm.
but introducing that that new cracker, the driver or whatever, that was a waste. I mean, I get it. It's a new character. It's a new person. And yeah, but just because what's going on with Styx's boy ego, he's talking about he's lost. He's talking about he doesn't know who he is. He's talking about what this is a perfect opportunity. Would have been perfect if they were going to add somebody to add ego and Sean Spears. Because if you are going to push Axiom to the limit, it would be two guys who have the most, and what have we talked? Fucking the phrase that pays this episode, kids, if you've been paying attention, is experience in the ring as heels. This would be the best kind of group to test Fraxium to actually take the titles off of them. Because obviously we go face, heels. But to have a good run as the tag team champions. That way Ego has a title. So he's not super back to like, I'm better than everybody. But he, like, they've already had a connection when Cody Rhodes was down there. They've already crossed paths a couple of times. They were all in that 4-way match. And Sean's just like, no, Ego. Look, I get it, Ego. You're a little lost. You don't know how to get back to this. You don't know how to get, but you know where we start? We start here. We start with a handshake. We start with doing what we want to do here. Blah 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 leads into a tag team title match because Fraxium just hand them things out, I guess. Whatever. And then, they win the titles on TV. This is what I want to see. I want to see more title changes on TV. Imagine they win that shit in the main event on TV. So Ego's got a boost because he's with somebody. They're both heels. They get the dub. He gets the title. He rebuilds it from there. Then you let him get like, obviously Ego out of control. He's the one carrying the team, blah blah blah. So they could like lose those titles, but it's Sean Spears' fault. Then he can like leave, go back to the main event, or get called up. However you want to do it. We know the call-ups are coming soon. However you want to do it. But like that would have been much better. But you want to introduce this new cracker. This cracker could have been, I don't know. I don't know when they do it. 2025 class at NXT. When they bring in the roster shits with the men and the women.
The
And
breakout
who,
tournament.
yeah, that cracker could have been in that and then joined Sean Spears after Ego left. Like this would have been a perfect Ego moment to build back up Ego because he can't beat the two singles champs. Blah blah blah. Get him a tag team champ. Blah blah blah. Get him over this shit. But they don't have to hold it long. You know what I'm saying? Then move it to whoever. OEM. Maybe our boys come back. Oh god damn, hard R's. Somebody. You know, give them some challenges. Give them some shit. They don't have to keep it long because we all know they're two real, those two super professional guys. They'll do whatever's best for the company. If you want to call up Ego, he can go January 6th. Bullshit. Not obviously January 6th, but because they have those titles for a while. But he could get called up. There's a transfer portal for the shows, whatever. Or he could stay in NXT, whatever. It's just that, it probably would have been better to do that than what they're doing right now. But
So the Steel Real After Party guys were massive fans of Baron Corbin, especially when Baron Corbin was down on his luck. They introduced a character called Sad Corbin. Fast forward to NXT now. Now we got Ethan Page going down the same path. As a matter of fact, they had a live event last night, I believe, where Ego lost to Dante Chin, the Singapore sensation.
Jesus
That
Christ.
footage is on NXT's Instagram. And of course, the look on his face, he's dumbfounded. What's going on? This could possibly lead to sad Ethan. We could get a
No,
sad
it's
Ethan.
gonna lead. It's gonna lead to no ego.
Yeah,
He already
or
said
that.
that.
But the seeds possibly could be planted, Caesar. I mean, I know it's a little too late, maybe, because you said Sean added a character already, but Sean Spears is the perfect person to pick up a sad
Well,
Ethan.
But he's looking at
there's an interaction on X between Carrie and Cross and all ego Ethan Page. So there might be with the transfer window.
Okay.
and plus Sean Spears is for some reason trying to get Gigi Dolan into his crew.
Who was the other chick? Izzy Dane? Like Izzy too? And she's
Yeah,
like,
he's trying to get
"Listen,
Izzy
I feel good
Dane.
for you guys."
Yeah, he's trying to get Izzy Dane in that shit. He's trying to get Gigi into that shit. He's looking for a bitch because obviously they're gonna be the new what? I mean, all four of them could fight the family, and I think that's where he's still going. He's still beefing with Tony D'Angelo.
As long as it's not Wendy too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all five of you for watching and listening to this. But until next time, we do what we do best here on the tripod, and we give that big ups to Stallion Pete.